Now we will see class 12 Geography, chapter 4, unit 2, Human Development, part 2. Approaches to human development. There are many ways of looking at the problem of human development. Some of the important approaches are A. The income approach, B. The welfare approach, C. The minimum needs approach, and D. The capabilities approach. Table 4.1. Measuring human development. The Human Development Index HDI ranks the countries based on their performance in the key areas of health, education, and access to the resources. These rankings are based on a score between 0 to 1 that a country earns from its record in the key areas of human development. The indicator chosen to assess health is the life expectancy at birth. A higher life expectancy means that people have a greater chances of living longer and healthier lives. The adult literacy rate and the gross enrollment ratio represent access to the knowledge. The number of adults who are able to read and write and the number of children enrolled in the school show how easy or difficult it is to access the knowledge in a particular country. Access to resources is measured in terms of purchasing power in US dollars. Each of these dimensions is given a weightage of 1/3, 1/3. The Human Development Index is the sum total of the weights assigned to all these dimensions. The closer a score is to 1, the greater is the level of human development. Therefore, a score of 0.983 would be considered very high, while 0.268 would mean a very low level of human development. The Human Development Index measures attainments in the human development. It reflects what has been achieved in the key areas of human development. Yet, it is not the most reliable measure. This is because it does not say anything about the distribution. The Human Poverty Index is related to the Human Development Index. This index measures the shortfall in human development. Table 4.1 Approaches to human development. A. Income approach. This is one of the oldest approaches to human development. Human development is seen as being linked to income. The idea is that the level of the income reflects the level of the freedom an individual enjoys. Higher the level of income, higher is the level of human development. B. Welfare approach. This approach looks at human beings as beneficiaries or targets of all development activities. The approach argues for higher government expenditure on education, health, social security, and amenities. People are not participants in development but only passive recipients. The government is responsive for increasing levels of human development by maximizing expenditure on welfare. C. Basic needs approach. This approach was initially proposed by the International Labour Organization (ILO) 6 basic needs, that is health, education, food, water supply, sanitation, housing, were identified. The question of human choices is ignored and the emphasis is on the provision of basic needs of defined sections. D. Capability approach. This approach is associated with Professor Amartya Sen building human capabilities in the areas of health, education and access to resources is the key to increasing human development. In this picture they give GNP, GDP, number of hospitals, road length. In this hand, health, happiness, employment, satisfaction. Since 1990, the United Nations Development Programme UNDP has been publishing the Human Development Report every year. This report provides a rank-wise list of all member countries according to the level of human development. The Human Development Index and the Human Poverty Index are two important indicators to measure the human development used by the UNDP. The Human Development Index and the Human Poverty Index are the two important indicators to measure human development used by the UNDP. It is a non-income measure. The probability of not surviving till the age of 40, the adult literacy rate, the number of people who do not have access to clean water, and the number of small children who are underweight are all taken into account to show the shortfall in the human development in any region. Often the Human Poverty Index is more revealing than the Human Development Index. Often the Human Development Index is more revealing than the Human Development Index. Looking at both these measures of human development together gives an accurate picture of the human development situation in a country. The ways to measure the human development are constantly being refined, and the newer ways of capturing different elements of human development are being researched. Researchers have found links between the level of corruption or political freedom in a particular region. There is also a discussion regarding a political freedom index and a listing of the most corrupt countries. Can you think of other links to the level of human development? In this box, Bhutan is the only country in the world to officially proclaim the Gross National Happiness (GNH) as the measure of the country's progress. Material progress and technological developments are approached more cautiously, taking into consideration the possible harm they might bring to the environment or the other aspects of cultural and the spiritual life of the Bhutanese. This simply means material progress cannot come at the cost of happiness. GNH encourages us to think of the spiritual, non-material and qualitative aspects of development. International comparisons. International comparisons of human development are interesting. The size of the territory and per capita income are not directly related to human development. Often, smaller countries have done better than larger ones in human development. Similarly, relatively poorer nations have been ranked higher than the richer neighbors in terms of human development. For example, Sri Lanka, Trinidad and Tobago have a higher rank than India in the Human Development Index despite having smaller economies. For example, Sri Lanka, Trinidad and Tobago have higher rank than India in the Human Development Index despite having smaller economies. Similarly, within India, Kerala performs much better than Punjab and Gujarat in human development despite having lower per capita income. Countries can be classified into 4 groups on the basis of human development scores earned by them. Table 4.2. Table 4.2, the human development categories, criteria and countries. The level of human development, score in development index, the number of countries. Very high, score in development index above 0.800, number of countries 66. The level of human development high, score in development index between 0.700 up to 0.799, 53 countries. Medium human development level, score in development index between 0.550 up to 0.699, 37 countries. Low level of human development, below 0.549 score in development index, 33 countries. Countries with very high human development index are those which have a score of over 0.800. According to the Human Development Report of 2020, this group includes 66 countries. Table 4.3 shows the top 10 countries in this group. Table 4.3, top 10 ranked countries with a high value index. Rank country. 1. Norway, first rank. Second rank Ireland. Third rank Switzerland. Fourth rank Hong Kong, China, SAR. Fifth rank Iceland. Sixth rank Germany. Seventh rank Sweden. 8th rank Australia, 9th rank Netherlands, 10th Denmark. First Norway, second Ireland, third Switzerland, fourth Hong Kong in bracket China, SAR, 5 Iceland, 6th rank Germany, 7th Sweden, 8th Australia, 9 Netherlands, 10 Denmark. Try to locate these countries on a map. Can you see what these countries have in common? To find out more, visit the official government websites of these countries. High level of human development group has 53 countries. Providing education and health care is an important government priority. Countries with higher human development are those where a lot of investment in the social sector has taken place. Altogether, a higher investment in people and good governance has set this group of countries apart from others. Try to find out the percentage of countries' income spent on these sectors. Can you think of some other characteristics that these countries have in common? You will notice that many of these countries have been the former imperial powers. The degree of social diversity in these countries is not very high. Many of these countries with the high human development score are located in Europe and represent the industrialized Western world. Yet, there are striking numbers of non-European countries also who have made it to this list. Countries with medium levels of human development form the largest group. There are 37 countries in the medium level of human development. Most of these are countries which have emerged in the period after the Second World War. Some countries from this group were former colonies, while many others have emerged after the breakup of the erstwhile Soviet Union in 1990. Many of these countries have been rapidly improving their human development score by adopting more people-oriented policies and reducing the social discrimination. Most of these countries have a much higher social diversity than the countries with higher human development scores. Many in this group have faced political instability and social upsprings at some point of time in their recent history. As many as 33 countries record low levels of human development. A large proportion of these are small countries which have been going through political turmoil and social instability in the form of civil war, famine, or a high incidence of diseases. There is an urgent need to address the human development requirements of this group through thought out the policies. International comparisons of human development show some very interesting results. Often people tend to blame low levels of human development on the culture of the people. For example, 10 countries has X countries has lower human development because its people follow Y religion or belong to Z community. Such statements are misleading. To understand why a particular region keeps reporting low or high levels of human development, it is important to look at the pattern of government expenditure on the social sector, the political environment of the country, and the amount of freedom people have is also important. Countries with very high levels of human development invest more in the social sectors and are generally free from political turmoil and instability. Distribution of the country's resources is also far more equitable. On the other hand, places with low levels of human development tend to spend more on defense rather than social sectors. This shows that these countries tend to be located in areas of political instability and have not been able to initiate accelerated economic development. Here they give the exercises. First, choose the right answer from 4 alternatives given below. 1. Which one of the following best describes development? A. An increase in size. B. A constant in size. C. A positive changes in quality. D. A simple change in the quality. Second, which one of the following scholars introduced the concept of human development? A. Professor Amartya Sen. B. Ellen C. Semble. C. Dr. Mahabub Al-Ha. D. Ratzel. Here they give India 126th in UN Human Development Index. India 126th in UN Human Development Index. India was 126th in Human Development Index as per Human Development Report in 2006. India was 126th in Human Development Index as per Human Development Report in the year 2006. According to HDI report 2020, India's rank has further gone down to 131. The reason for India to be behind 130 countries in HDI. Thank you. Sharing is caring. Comment your thoughts. Subscribe for more knowledge.